Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our session, and thank you for joining us. We have the fortune of, I have the fortune of bringing to our stages one of our key partners, the Ministry of Industry and Advanced Technology, and our colleague Fatma here to represent it. We're very proud of this partnership because from the point of view of XPANSE, it's really, the event is about bringing the full expanse of exponential technologies to a forum, and this forum would be incomplete without the ministry and the perspective that it's bringing and the support that it's bringing to all these activities and the industrial development in the country. So we're very grateful to have you. And in fact, what I wanted to do is to also start this conversation by asking a question about what is the ministry doing and what are the sort of some of the key initiatives. The remit to be, you know, we discussed this. It's really important to convey a little bit of context that when we talk about exponential tech and emerging technologies, this is perhaps a small part of a very wide remit that the ministry has in supporting economic growth and supporting the adoption of current and emerging technologies. So I think it's really important to sort of see that we are just looking at, we're just opening one window onto a very wide landscape of work that the ministry is doing. And so the first question that I wanted to ask you, Fatma, was about the vision that MOIAD has for supporting economic growth and the industrial sector in the UAE. Where are we heading?
First of all, Carlo, thank you for having me here. This event seems very phenomenal, and I'm very proud to be part of it. So in the Ministry of Industry and Advanced Technology, firstly, let's talk about the vision. So our main vision is the Operation 300 billion, where we aim to contribute to the GDP by 300 billion by 2031, specifically from the industrial contribution. So if we talk how do we ensure that, there are a lot of aspects, but let me just touch base on the tech aspect. So we empower our manufacturers to adopt technology to accelerate the technology transformation here in the UAE, so they are able to compete locally and globally. We want to set the UAE at the forefront when it comes to fourth industrial revolution. And I'll talk about the key initiatives later on in our chat today. But I'd like to shed the light on one of the key initiatives, probably to just give you a very strong correlation when it comes to what does the ministry do and how do they ensure to empower the manufacturers to the next step. So we launched the use case guide that's related to one of the flagship initiatives that we have in the ministry called the Industrial Technology Transformation Index. This use case guide, we were able to extract through our reports 90 prioritized use cases, and then we packaged them into charters. So those charters literally are very helpful to the manufacturer in terms of what are the important use cases that they can implement, what is the quick win, how can it be something that I can benefit from. We put for them like what is a prerequisite, the time needed, all of that. And out of those, the charters that we have almost 20 use case charters. I would also invite everyone to have a look at our website. The use case guide is available there on MOIAD's website. It have 13 dedicated AI-related use cases to show the importance of also not existing technologies, but also emerging technologies. So we do run master classes to teach manufacturers on how to use it. We want to ensure through that high productivity. So I can say high productivity means that there is an increase in economic growth. So that's a very high correlation.
Thank you, Fatima. I just want to really emphasize the importance of this from one of the key remit that we have as a forum is to try and understand what are the adoption challenges for advanced technologies. And the work that the ministry is doing here, even just the beginning of it, the mapping of the state of play of the industrial sectors, I think it's one of those really crucial aspects of the work that the ministry is doing, as well as the catalyzing of the advancement and the movement and the adoption of these technologies. So I think I also encourage you to take a look at this work, and even just from an educational point of view, to understand the state of play of industry here is really essential. And so what I'm interested in, you briefly mentioned fourth industrial revolution. We're heading, and we're already there in some cases. And so I'm curious to know a little bit more about what the efforts are in terms of sort of supporting the integration in industrial sector, and the integration of 4IR technologies.
Yeah, so let's talk more about maybe the key initiatives that we have in the ministry when it comes to 4IR. So we do focus a lot on tech adoption. It's very important, and obviously development. Let me take you one step back. We did launch the technology transformation program, where we're trying to accelerate the technology transformation for the industrial sector. We have a lot of key initiatives under it. I'll again touch base on what I mentioned about the ITTI. So our index is considered the first in the region, where it measures digital maturity in the for manufacturers, but also integrates sustainability. So maybe you ask me, why do we integrate sustainability? Sustainability is a very important pillar, and it's been discussed worldwide that it has to be there. And obviously we have high emitting sector, so we need to also ensure that is there when we're doing the assessment. So from those, after we did launch the ITTI, which is the first in the region, we conducted, as of today, more than 500 assessments. We saw the impact was very high. We were able to publish 2 reports from that, one of them which I mentioned, the use case guide, and the industry pulse report. We saw the impact that we were able in 2023 to see a glimpse of what have been done in terms of impact. So we saw 360 high-tech jobs were created. We saw 600 plus million in terms of investment that was there. We saw 32% of assessed manufacturers that are already adopting I 4.0 use cases. So the impact is there, you can see it. So that's what's important when it comes to the ministry's work. We want and emphasize on the importance of seeing tangible results. That's why whatever we put as initiative, we want to see that we're achieving the main goal, or we're contributing to the national strategy of the ministry. We also ensure, as you said, like it's very important when we talk about technology, you need to always consider, okay, as we go on and there is like a AI wave or like the trends that are coming, we need to upskill and reskill. So we also have capacity building is very important. We do have 2 enablement centers where we educate also our leaders and CEOs in the industry about the latest topics. We always try to give them and make sure they're educated in terms of how can they move forward. We run hackathons for students. We do Tour 4.0, Talks 4.0. So we do have a lot of activities in these centers. One of the also key initiatives that's important under the program is we do offer, maybe you can say monetary incentives and non-monetary. So if we say monetary, we have like for whoever scores high in the ITTI, we do give them digital certificates. This is non-monetary, for example, but if we talk, and golden visa. So they can nominate people that are eligible to have golden visa, just to ensure that we are like making the manufacturers motivated when it comes to that. And then we also have free assessments that we offer. And we also offer in-country value bonus. The in-country value gives you a privilege when you come to tender in the government. If you have the ICV certificate and your score is high, you're more likely to get the tender. So we try to correlate also between what we do and the other initiatives we have in the ministry. We do also run a lot of things, but those are the key initiatives I wanted to touch base on.
What I think is interesting is to see how you are creating incentives, mapping, actively educating, and what I think is this multi-pronged approach, which is very often in the background, but then I guess I see this, the importance of shedding some light on this, and to see how maybe on an individual level you'll be able to see it, but when you look at what is the engine of economic growth, this is where it happens. This is sort of, it happens in these cases when you go and witness this growth that I think things are become evident. And we also, I think, emphasize this in a number of other conversations. One of the characteristics of the UAE innovation ecosystem, the R&D ecosystem, is an extremely high level of integration, and there is multiple organizations that are all connected. The ecosystem is so tight, and I think it's a very unique feature of what is happening here, which also means that if you are imagining the work that Moyat does, it's not just about manufacturers, but it goes along the value chain of growth of different sectors. And so I thought one of the things that would be really interesting to share with our audience is also what you do for startups and entrepreneurs. So, because you not just work with the manufacturers that are established companies.
So as I said in the beginning, we do also focus on tech development. So yeah, startup get their share also. We did already run 2 startup pitch competitions during our Make It in the Emirates Forum that happens annually. So every May we have a Make It in the Emirates Forum, and through it we announce the winners of the startup pitch competition. So we did run it for 2 editions, and we had more than 600 applications from 50 startups locally and globally. So we open it also for international startups. Every year we come up with a theme. So we did touch base on sustainability, additive manufacturing, decarbonization. So the purpose is not just to get to a startup and give them monetary rewards. We do also offer monetary rewards, but we also try to have a discussion with our key partners to see how can they mentor them forward. So that part is there. So it's the importance of having all the key players in the ecosystem be working together to ensure that the startups will reach to a very high level in terms of maturity.
Thank you, Fatma. And I wanted to ask you one last question that I have to ask you because of where we are and what we are trying to achieve here before we open it to questions. With XPANSE, we're trying to create a forum for exponential tech and for those sort of sectors of advanced technology which we care so much about, like AI or quantum and advanced materials and others. And so, of course, you do also work in these spaces. And so I wanted to ask, maybe if you could share a little bit of what's happening in the advanced technology front with some of the themes and topics that we've been witnessing here as well.
So one of the things that I already mentioned about AI, we have in the use case guide, like as I said, 13 dedicated AI use cases. However, I would want to also mention one of the programs that we launched earlier this year, the AI Innovation Program, where we get to have AI solution providers being matchmaked with industry, with manufacturers, to be specific, where the manufacturer will come and tell us, okay, we'll communicate to the industry. We do have, for example, challenge in data optimization. So we run that call for proposal to AI solution provider to come up with solutions that they will able to support those manufacturers. So this call of proposal is already open on our website. We will run the first round table with 4 challenge providers to solve to be attending the round table next week. So they get to learn more about what are the challenges there. We have some companies coming as observers, the other are coming to actually provide the solution. So in the end, we're trying to, as I said, it's very important to always go one step back and see the holistic view of the ecosystem. So not everyone work in silos. We want to make sure that we're working together. So we got our key partners to apply. And we also welcome everyone to also, again, check our website. The AI Innovation Program is still running. You can, if you're an AI solution provider, you can be part of it. Even if you're not able to attend the event, you can still submit the call proposal. So this is one thing that we're doing, and we're always active when it comes to AI to look what is the latest trends and how can we be part of it. We will run the series of roundtables in different topics because we did get a lot of challenges, and we think this is very important and crucial because in the end you don't want just, as I said, everyone working alone. If we can do anything as a governing body, I think that this is perfect. If we talk about quantum, yes, we do also have some contribution where we're working on a quantum working group. We get to have also our strategic partners come up together and look into the quantum market trends and like different topics when it comes to, for example, quantum computing, sensing, etc., to come up later on with a report on the quantum-related use cases.
Thank you, Fatma, and I think this is also another very important aspect, because of course coming together with an event like this, with all the effort that it takes to put this together and doing it once a year, but the convening power that the ministry has is actually something that allows also the different stakeholders in like in the quantum industry or in AI to connect and be connected throughout the year. I think that's also a very important role that the ministry plays. Thank you. I wanted to open up to questions from the audience. We have a little bit of time still. If there is anyone who wants to take this chance to ask a question, please raise your hand now. Please. There's someone with a mic, if you don't mind to just wait. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Can you expand a little bit on how do you work with the local universities?
Local universities? Yes, so we work with universities in terms of hackathons. We work with them also in different projects. So for example, UAE University now is partner with us in an enablement center that we're trying to also support students when it comes to research. For example, they have like work on research, and we also want to make them solve some problems when it comes to the industry players, similar to what we do on AI innovation. So there are different ways that we're working with universities and academia.
Thank you.
There's another one just right next.
Hello. AI Innovation Funds is only dedicated for local companies?
No, it's open for international companies. So if you would like to apply, but the tech that you will, or the solution that you will be providing, it has to be developed in the UAE. But it can be open. It's open for international companies.
Are there any other questions from the audience?
Hi.
There is one more, please.
My name is Amresh. I'm from Al Gharbia Pipes, and I want to how to get the digital certificate from Ministry of Industry and Advanced Technology. We are participating a lot with Ministry of Industry, and we want to know how to get those digital certificates.
Okay, if we're talking about the ITTI digital certificate, it is only provided for the high scorers in the ITTI. We can discuss it later. I can check your score because I know that you did the ITTI assessment.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
If there are, we might have time for one more question, if there is one. Otherwise, we would just thank you again. Thank you so much, Fatma. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your support also, and for coming to share with us your views and what the ministry is doing. And thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.